Alright, so I got my intermediate shaft pulled. This is the dirty one here is the one that came off the JDM B20B. This one's off the car originally, so a 2000 CRV manual. And then this one's the Insane shafts. They all have similar play at the bearing. This one is the noisiest. This one's the second most, and this is the least. So I'm not sure what brand bearing that Insane shafts uses. But yeah, I don't believe it's NTN because it's not marked with NTN. But that's a Napa axle that was in it, and it's going to get swapped with 2 new Napa axles. And then I have everything pulled apart here. You can see this is the only clean thing here because I just replaced this because this tore a while back. So everything is cleaned up. I'm ready to get this thrown back in. And I inspected all my ball joints too. Lower ball joint still looks fine. I have replacements just in case. And then the tire ends, ball joints still look fine. So yeah, we're gonna try and get this noise issue solved. Alright, now that's the new driver's side Napa axle that goes into the intermediate shaft. And the intermediate shaft is from Insane Shafts, so we're gonna give that a go. And I took a pry bar and I put it in here, see if there was any movement, and there is none. This is new, so that doesn't surprise me. Same thing here, and the same thing up top. And I'm not seeing any play, not from the bearing or anything. But what I would like to do is, I've seen one guy do this. I'd give him a shout out if I remember the name. I just saw it on Instagram, I think. But somewhere from over here down to the lower control arm, kind of like how the Civic Wagon has like these distraction bars. I think one here on the CRV would actually help keep the play, this side-to-side play, down, which might actually help it. Because these, for whatever reason, the CV axle and intermediate shaft has a lot of play. Like, that's brand new, you know, and it still has some play. So I don't know, let's get the side all together and give it a test drive and find out what's going on with it. And then I'm going to replace the axle on that side when I get some more time, but I got to get back to work. So I just got back from my test drive, and new Insane shafts, intermediate shaft, and new axles. There's still quite a bit of play. That's pretty much normal. I've gone through 4 intermediate shafts and probably 4 axles, and I can't get this issue to go away. With that said, I'm not 100% sure that the bind and pop is coming from here, but I'm like, from where I'm hearing it and from when it happens, like just from like a stop and go or like up inclines, I can almost like feel that it's coming from here, if that makes sense. But I should put a camera up and actually record it. I still want to do kind of like the traction arms from here over to here, but yeah, I just brought it for a test drive. I don't know if I mentioned that, and I'm still getting the pop. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna continue to try and figure it out and make this drive like I want it to. So yeah, that's all I got. Alright, so I'm gonna make this just about some random stuff that I got going on, because I guess I just want to put a video up. It's not really over anything specific, just some general things we'll go over about axle replacements. I just did the driver's side yesterday, and I just finished out this passenger side here with the Napa replacement here. The other one wasn't broken, and it wasn't causing me any vibrations. I was just getting this weird thing going on with it that I'll explain later. But this is just to kind of test to make sure that it eliminates it as the issue. Also, the boot on this one has failed. It's DLZ brand. I'm pretty sure it's DLZ from Rock Auto. I can't find any more markings on it. Kind of wore off, but now I'm doing the replacements. As you can see there, everything went fine with this, and yeah, easy install. So to get an axle out, nice and easy, takes about 20 minutes. You just get yourself a what is this, 36 millimeter here, break that off, and then what I do is I take this off, you know, smack it here a couple times and it loosens this up, no worries. Get yourself one of these weighted ones, it helps break it off a lot more easy. So do that, and then the bottom one here for the lower ball joint, you just you don't see the kind of the hit spot on these because these are actually replacements, so they don't actually have that bump here anymore. But they're not seized or anything because I put a little bit of bearing grease on there, so they're easy to come out. But yeah, I still tap it right here. You can see where I tapped it, and then this pops loose. I also check for play at this ball joint, and there's no play. So once this is loose and once this is off, basically I just tap this, the axle center, after the nut is off obviously, and then it loosens it up, and then I pick the whole spindle here up and off, and I move it to the side, and then as I'm doing that I'll pull it away and then push this out, and then the axle will come out through here, and this obviously you'll take this off and move it to the side, and that gives you complete access. You just need to get one of these guys and go behind, and then just slightly pry till the snap ring gives, and that'll come out, no worries. So yeah, that's a easy way to take off your passenger side axle. It's basically the exact same process, minus for where you pry. Actually, I haven't had much luck prying on the intermediate shaft where the axle is. What I do is I just pop it a couple times with a hammer, pop on the other side, and she comes right out. That snap ring that it has that over the spline end just kind of comes loose, and it doesn't give me any issues. So yeah, here you can see the subframe. I have 1.5 inch HRG spacers on everything. This is a replacement Detroit axle steering rack that when I first bought the car, it was leaking when I first got this, and that's something I finally got to last year, I believe it was last year, and man, it was a pain in the butt. I hated doing that. And this is the original transmission, and the block is from the B20B, if you see my other videos about me swapping that. The only thing with that new motor is it actually drinks a lot of oil, because I'm pretty sure the valve stem seals are bad, so that's on the list of things to do. Here you can see my, I have the skid plate off because I was doing the intermediate shaft yesterday and I wanted some space. But here you can see the 1320 header there, and you will have exhaust leak from here, and it sounds absolutely terrible. The only reason I haven't gotten it welded up is because it's really easy to take this all apart with that not welded up, because you literally just slip this off and then you don't have to fuss with such a long bit here, and can make it difficult to drop if you don't have space. But I don't know, I may get it welded up because it's really bad. It ruins the whole sound of the exhaust. I think there's some videos of my car driving like up the hill, you can really hear it in that one video where it just sounds like total garbage. It's because of that exhaust leak. Yeah, everything under here looks great. We've done a lot of work. See my Bilstein struts. There's a part number for anyone interested. And you can see how I have flipped the True Heart upper arms left to right and then upside down, and that helps correct that angle. Once this goes up, you'll see that there's barely any angle on that upper ball joint because it's flipped now. And that's just a 1.5 inch front spacer by HRG there. Jack up points, I like to do this one, and then on the second tie brace, that's just to stabilize the vehicle. You can't put the whole pressure on the car in. I haven't seen it flex too much. It flexes more with this one, but I think this part of the frame is a little more stable. So yeah, that's just to stabilize it, because I like to have 2 points touching, which makes it I I was just about to say safer, but then I noticed what I was doing here, and it kind of sounds pretty hypocritical. Yeah, this is not safe, but it is what it is. So don't do this. Don't copy me. Get a proper way to do this. And I've got like a ton of these things. It's really sad. Once I get like frame sliders welded on, I'm actually gonna get I guess a high lift jack. People don't really like those either. I think some people think they're pretty unsafe, but I may just get one of those and actually just jack off the side of my car when it comes time. Yeah, that's really all I want to talk about. So here it is. Here's the front setup of my car, and oh yeah, this little nipple never came on my car. I guess it just disappeared. Instead of buying replacements, I just cut a hose and I stuck something in the end and then heated it up and pinched it, so that keeps junk from getting inside your bleed nipple in case you ever want to bleed. These lines are from Apex brake lines. Raymond Chan, the same guy, did brake lines for the rear for the conversion to discs. You can just hit them up and have them get you the fronts as well while you're doing it, so might as well. And then one day I will have a cart and my own garage. But yeah, this is kind of the spread of what everything looks like that I use to work in the car. So yeah, can't wait for that because I hate hauling all this stuff around. It's a pain in the butt. It is what it is though. Alright, we'll see you guys.